Oklahoma City recently released its annual water quality report, and our water nerds dug through it so you don't have to. Make sure to comment below to suggest which city our water nerd should tackle next. Let's start with arsenic. Arsenic is a heavy metal that typically leaches into groundwater as surrounding bedrock naturally weathers over time. The concentrations of arsenic in Oklahoma City's water were detected just under 2 parts per billion. The federal maximum contaminant level for arsenic in drinking water is 10 parts per billion, but regulatory agencies acknowledge that this level should be reduced to 1 or even 0 parts per billion. Arsenic exposure is associated with skin, bladder, lung, liver, and prostate cancers, as well as creating a long list of non-cancerous problems. Additionally, individuals that draw water from private wells are more susceptible to arsenic exposure. Next is disinfection byproducts, or DBPs. Although in compliance with loose EPA standards, the DBP concentrations detected in Oklahoma City were extremely high. Concentrations of haloacetic acids averaged 43.65 parts per billion and reached levels as high as 50.8 parts per billion. Concentrations of trihalomethanes were detected at 70.87 parts per billion, but had levels as high as 76.73 per billion. Disinfection byproducts are a category of emerging contaminants, which means that they have been detected in drinking water, but the risk to human health is unknown. Regulatory agencies have very little knowledge about the adverse health effects of DBPs and their toxicity. EPA has stated that they have been linked to increased risk of bladder cancer as well as kidney, liver, and central nervous system problems. While most municipalities use chlorine as a primary drinking water disinfectant, Oklahoma City's drinking water is disinfected with chloramine. Chloramine is primarily responsible for what many customers report as bad taste or pool smell of tap water. Concentrations were detected at 3.62 parts per million in the Hefner water treatment plant, 3.32 parts per million in the Draper water treatment plant, and 3.28 parts per million in the Overholser water treatment plant. These levels are just under the EPA maximum contaminant level of 4 parts per million. However, some samples reach levels as high as 5 parts per million. Unlike chlorine, chloramine does not dissipate if a container of water is left in a refrigerator overnight. Our water nerds are on the lookout for other cities to cover. If you would like us to see what's going on in your hometown, please let us know and comment below. Also, if you have any questions about this report or anything else water related, drop us a line at hello@hydroviv.com or visit hydroviv.com and use our live chat. Our water nerds are based in Washington, D.C. and will gladly answer any questions that you might have. Thanks for watching.